Have you ever felt like the whole world is watching you, judging every little mistake? It's a terrible feeling, right? It can crush your confidence and make you want to just give up. Well, what if I told you there's a simple secret to making all that noise just ... disappear? Today I'm going to share a powerful story that completely changed my perspective on dealing with criticism and distractions. It's a story about a boy, a wise teacher, and a pot of milk. Stick around, because this lesson could be the key to unlocking your true potential. Imagine a small village, and in it lives a young boy named Raghav. Raghav was known for being smart and hardworking. He was the kind of student everyone expected to succeed. But one day, the unexpected happened. He failed a subject in his exams. The news spread through the village like wildfire. Suddenly, the boy everyone admired became the subject of whispers and laughter. People who once praised him now pointed fingers, ridiculing him openly in the streets. "Look, there's the clever boy who failed," they'd sneer. Every time Raghav stepped out of his house, he was met with a barrage of taunts. The constant mockery chipped away at his spirit. He started to doubt himself. His confidence shattered. The shame was so overwhelming that he felt like he couldn't breathe, couldn't study, he couldn't think. He could only hear their laughing voices replaying in his mind. Finally, when he could bear it no longer, Raghav went to his most trusted mentor, a wise teacher named Karim. With tears in his eyes, he told Karim everything, explained how the villagers' ridicule was paralyzing him, making it impossible to move forward. "I felt lost and didn't know how to escape this cycle of shame." Karim listened patiently, his expression calm and understanding. He didn't offer empty words of comfort. Instead, after a long, thoughtful silence, he said, "Raghav, I have a task for you. I believe it will help you find your answer." He led Raghav to the back of his house and presented him with a large earthen pot, filled to the very brim with milk. The surface of the milk was perfectly still, reflecting the sky above. "I want you to take this pot," Karim instructed. "Carry it through the entire village from one end to the other and bring it back to me. There is only one condition. You must not spill a single drop." Raghav looked at the pot, then at his teacher. It seemed like a strange request, but he trusted Karim completely. He carefully lifted the heavy pot, his arms straining slightly. The milk sloshed precariously close to the edge. He took a deep breath, his eyes fixed on the white liquid. His mission was clear: don't spill a drop. He started his journey, walking slowly and deliberately. Every step was a calculated move. His entire world shrank to the rim of that pot. He had to be mindful of the uneven ground, the pebbles on the path, the slight shifts in his own balance. His mind was a laser, focused solely on keeping the milk steady. He walked through the main market, past the village square, down the narrow lanes he used to dread. He knew people were there. Must have passed the very same villagers who had mocked him just hours before. But here's the strange thing: he didn't hear them. He didn't hear the whispers. He didn't notice the pointed fingers or the curious stares. His senses were completely devoted to the task at hand. The chatter of the market, the laughter of children, the gossip of his neighbors, it was all just background noise, like the humming of bees in a distant field. His focus was an invisible shield, deflecting everything that wasn't relevant to his goal. All that mattered was the pot, the milk, and the next step. After what felt like an eternity, he arrived back at his teacher's house, carefully set the pot down. Not a single drop had been spilled. He looked up at Karim, feeling a sense of accomplishment he hadn't felt in a long time. Karim smiled warmly. "Tell me, Raghav," he asked gently, "did you hear any of the villagers' taunts on your journey today?" Raghav paused, thinking back. He replayed the walk in his mind. He realized with a jolt of surprise that he hadn't. "No," he said, his voice filled with wonder. "I didn't hear anything. I was so focused on not spilling the milk that I didn't notice anyone or anything else." Karim's smile widened. "Exactly," he said, placing a comforting hand on Raghav's shoulder. "That's your answer. Your mind is like your hands carrying that pot. When it is filled with a purpose, when you are completely focused on your goal, there is no room for negativity to enter. The taunts and ridicule of others can only affect you if you give them the space to. When you are focused, their words become meaningless whispers in the wind." That moment was a revelation for Raghav. He finally understood. The problem wasn't the villagers' words. The problem was his own lack of focus. He had been so consumed by their opinions that he had forgotten his own goals. It allowed their negativity to fill his mind, leaving no room for his own ambitions. He thanked his teacher, his heart filled with a newfound sense of hope and determination. From that day on, Raghav applied this powerful lesson to his life. When he sat down to study, he filled his mind with his subjects, just as he had filled his senses with the pot of milk. He focused on understanding the concepts, on solving the problems, on achieving his academic goals. Whenever a negative thought or a memory of ridicule tried to creep in, he would gently push it aside and redirect his attention back to his work. Slowly but surely, things began to change. His concentration improved. He started to enjoy learning again. His confidence, which had been so brutally crushed, began to rebuild itself, brick by brick. He was no longer the boy defined by one failure. He was a student on a mission. The whispers in the village didn't stop overnight, but they no longer bothered him. He had learned to make them irrelevant. He aced his next exams, not to prove the villagers wrong, but to prove to himself that he could. He had learned that true power doesn't come from silencing your critics. It comes from focusing so intently on your own path that you can no longer hear them. Raghav's story teaches us a profound truth. Focus is a superpower. When you are deeply engaged in pursuing something that matters to you, the external world with all its noise and judgment loses its power over you. Distractions, doubts, and the opinions of others fade into the background. Your goal becomes your entire universe. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by criticism or distracted by negativity, remember Raghav and his pot of milk. Ask yourself, what is my pot of milk? What is the one goal, the one task, the one purpose that I can pour all my attention into right now? Whether it's studying for an exam, working on a project, learning a new skill, or improving your health, give it your complete focus. Protect it, carry it with care. When you do, you will find that all the distractions that once seemed so loud and intimidating become nothing more than distant echoes. You will find your strength, you will regain your confidence, and you will move forward, one focused step at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. See you in the next video.